Welcome to the Defense and Aerospace Report. I'm Vago Muradian here at the Halifax International Security Forum in Nova Scotia, Canada, one of the world's leading gatherings of military, diplomatic, economic, and civil society leaders from around the world. I keep world, it's stupid. Welcome to the Defense and Aerospace Report. I'm Vago Muradian here at the Halifax International Security Forum in Nova Scotia, Canada, one of the leading gatherings of military, economic, diplomatic, civil society leaders from around the world. Our coverage here is sponsored by L3 Technologies and Leonardo DRS, and we've got with us Pavlo Klimkin, who is the Foreign Minister of Ukraine. Sir, thanks very much. Great seeing you. We spoke last year. How's the conference going so far?
Look, firstly, it's a unique opportunity to be among friends, to exchange ideas, to agree on how to coordinate our common fight as allies against the Russian aggression, because the Russians have crossed any red line, and everyone has to come to Ukraine to understand Russian tactics and Russian strategy, both in conventional and non-conventional sense.
So let me ask you a little bit about that. There was a lot of focus, there was a lot of optimism when the Trump administration came in that there was going to be a renewed focus on Ukraine. Talk to us a little bit fundamentally what the situation is right now and Russian operations, because people have a tendency of not paying as much attention that this is still a very, very active war zone.
It's a real hot war in Ukraine, with people dying every night and every day along the touchline with the occupied Donbass. The Russians keep sending regular troops, mercenaries and weaponry to the occupied Donbass. They had sham elections this Sunday, and the whole idea of these elections is not Donbass. They don't care about Donbass. They want to legitimize their occupation and to push Russian-led Donbass back to Ukraine as a kind of Trojan horse to undermine Ukraine and to undermine Europe, democratic institutions. In the same way, we've been having creeping annexation of Crimea, the attempt. We are prepared to it. And of course, we have occupied Crimea, Azov Sea and Crimea and Donbass, and on the top of that, Russian hybrid tactics. And the whole attention of Russia will be focused now on undermining Ukraine in the run-up to our presidential and parliamentary elections. So everybody who wants to understand Russia should come to Ukraine. And at the same time, everyone helping Ukraine is helping in the same way the whole democratic community, transatlantic community, because the Russian idea is to weaken up the sense of solidarity within the democratic community. It's not just about Ukraine, because we are at the front line, but it's about common attempt to counter the Russians.
What are some of the capabilities that, Russia is always adapting its capabilities, always demonstrating new capabilities. What are some of the newer capabilities and approaches the Russians are using that you find most troubling?
Look, we can't underestimate the Russians. They've been getting better, both military and non-military. You see all kind of new samples of newest weaponry, including electronic warfare in the occupied Donbass. We see, of course, all kind of non-conventional tactics. Just the scale of Russian propaganda war is amazing, is really amazing. The same way, even in our ministry, where we have major cyber attack against us almost every week. It's of course about trying to undermine Ukrainian social networks. It's about the wave of hatred going through our social networks. It's all about fake videos Russia has been trying to send, and everybody also here should be vigilant about it.
What are some ways the international community, what do you want from the international community? What help is Kiev asking everybody, all of its friends for? Is it weaponry support? What kind of support do you want to see from the international community?
It should be based on a clear common solidarity, because Russia does not live in a vacuum. We need further strengthening up of sanctions, very targeted, customized sanctions against Russia. We need more defense supplies and defense assistance. We need more assistance in bringing our security and defense sector up to the NATO standards. We need assistance in countering Russian creeping annexation of the Azov Sea, because they've been trying to delay ships, they've been trying to disrupt economic activities. Now we are far stronger than before, and we are able to protect against the Azov Sea and our Azov Sea shore against the Russians. But we need the international community to go along and to fight along.
Pavlo Klimkin, Foreign Minister of Ukraine. Sir, thanks very much. It's an absolute pleasure. Best of luck, and look forward to talking again.
Thanks a lot.